Glory. Hey, this is Nisi P of Nisi P Entertainment, and we are fortunate enough to have Reverend James L. Gallen from the Christian Praise and Worship Center in Tampa, Florida. Pastor Gallen, how are you today?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
I love that, and people so take advantage of what they're saying when they say that. Pastor Gallen is an author, and from what I understand, he has 16 books. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm kind of curious as to how did you start out being a pastor at the Christian Praise and Worship Center?
I started my ministry at New Mount Zion Baptist Church under Dr. Walter Williams. God then led me to start another church, the Christian Praise and Worship Center. At New Mount Zion, I was assigned minister roles, preaching, teaching, and we had a ministry of a basketball team.
Okay.
The desire to become a minister came from, I don't know, but I had the desire to learn the Word of God, and it allowed me to get deeper into the Word to find understanding and what truth was. And God blessed me to start the Christian Praise and Worship Center about 12, 13 years ago.
Wow. That is so cool. I had no idea that you had been there that long. So that's pretty awesome. So what keeps you going though? I mean, I would think that being a pastor is very challenging. So what keeps you going?
The challenge of it, because people are different in every area, and sometimes they present challenges to you that makes you try and learn what tools we can use to best help them in their areas. And what people have to understand is we grow together, not just the pastor growing and the congregation growing. We grew together out of each other's pains and hurts and journeys.
Wow. That is so awesome. So we're going to go to your books. Now, you've written 16 books. And could you tell me, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We have several books. The first two books, one was my book for my master's degree. And then I wrote another dissertation for my doctorate, Unveiling Salvation for my master's. And we talk about Darwinism and creationalism, pairing them to give it an understanding of how I figured or how I think the world was created. And everybody has their own ideologies on how the world was created and who God is and what God does and what God did and how he created. How some people say he took matter and made everything, but I believe that God spoke a word. God spoke to nothing. Nothing became something, and the world began.
Wow. That's awesome. So when you did this for your master's, what was the opinion from your professors? I mean, I know that they granted you the master's, but what did you have a difference of opinion with any of your professors?
Oh yes, all the time. Most students will have a you have to present it. You have to make them somewhat understand and almost agree with you on certain things. But when you understand, when you're writing my doctorate on Darwin and understanding that Darwin was a person who had some hurts, and he allowed some of his hurts to deny God's presence. So sometimes he will be called not an atheist, but an agnostic. He felt that God was a God that didn't allow people to come that close to him. And now I have to put in my words why I think that he had that behavior, because some of the hurts in his life was his daughter died at the age of 4. His mother died when he was 8. And these hurts was never addressed, because most of the times we walk around in our lives with a hurt, not allowing that hurt to heal. And that hurt sometimes block our understanding on things. So I think that we all have room for counseling, to just allow somebody, to give somebody the audience to hear their pain, and then allow God to address that pain.
So based on that, do you think, I mean, we all to a certain extent, and this is just my opinion, but we all have had some type of hurt along our life. So do you feel like everybody needs to address this and to be a more positive and more successful person, or do some people just be able to deal with it a little better than others?
Some people can deal with it better, but everybody needs to address their pain, because sometimes their hurt, their pain stops them from growing. You might hear it this way: that pain is stopping your growth. You're allowing that pain to block your understanding or to receive what God or what things are for you in life. And we have to address that pain to initiate the healing from on the inside.
Wow. I never thought about it that looked at it that way. So I would think that at some point, all of us have went through that, and to be able to, for me, I guess it would be for me to more concentrate on what God has for me and to deal with that pain and just seek him first. And I just feel like if I'm seeking him first, then that's going to help me deal with that pain.
He is the healer. We call him Jehovah Rapha. He is the healer. But see, sometimes we only allow things to come in that we want to come in. Okay. Sometimes we don't want to hear we don't want to take castor oil. We don't want to take that medicine that helps you the best.
Okay.
And God is a healer, but sometimes we have to talk to human people to allow them to help you go in a direction that will address that ill or that hurt.
Okay. That makes perfectly good sense to me. I'm so glad we had this conversation. So what I'm going to do is we are going to take a quick break, and we will be back with Pastor Gallen.